Hey guys, Leonix here. I'm joined by Pobelter of Week 9, their first win coming into the playoffs actually very soon. How do you feel about that win against Team Liquid? I know that they just they chose Piglet for this match, but it was pretty hype for you guys, right?
Yeah, so this was our first win in like 6 games, so feels pretty good to win. I actually think our last win was against Team Liquid, so I'm not sure if we're like finally turning things around or we're just good against Liquid, but hopefully this is a sign for, better things in the future, but at the same time, it kind of feels like a hollow victory because we're already locked in for relegation, so I don't know.
So it's double AD comp. You're playing Ezreal, and you also have a Nala support. Please explain this crazy different strat that everyone is somewhat morphing and changing in their own way.
So with the double AD team comp, you usually want to end the game pretty early before they stack a lot of armor. You don't want to pick it against tanks, and you want to have a good amount of frontline and CC so that you can both protect your ADs and soak damage for them. So that's sort of the thing we had with 3 poking champions, Ezreal, Nidalee, Caitlyn. Nidalee provides heals and a bit of AP damage, and then Sion and Nautilus are like the CC dudes who just like are tanky.
All right, so you played Ezreal against a Vladimir mid lane. Not doesn't happen too much. What was that matchup like? Were you guys coming prepared into this match against Team Liquid? Like, oh, we got this, or was it like that we look to them as equals?
We were pretty confident coming into this match against Liquid, even though they're above us in the standings. We've always had like a really good record against them for some reason, even dating back to like EG from last year's first split. I think our head-to-head right now is like 8-2 or something against them since we've joined LCS. So we still felt pretty good, even though we've been on kind of a slide.
So Imagine is still as a sub. Paragon is back to not coaching. You have a new coach, Tristan. All these different roster moves and management moves. What's it like for you? Tell me, please explain.
I wish I could explain. It's very hectic for me, actually. We're just trying to find out what works. Obviously, it hasn't been showing that greatly. A lot of people think that it's just like a whole bunch of disarray and chaos, which it sort of is. But I think we're finally finding our footing. So, yeah.
Whose idea was it to bring Glebe back? I mean, obviously you're seeing a little bit of success coming back up the hill with your first win out of the 6 losses that you had, but Glebe and Imagine.
It was basically a management decision.
What teams do you see that could potentially be a threat or not too much of a threat? Are you trying to stay away from the second or third spot of being relegated?
The most fearful team in challenge right now looks to be NME, and it seems like they're just gonna sweep playoffs and auto qualify with how dominant they've been. So I'm pretty confident heading into relegations against any challenger team. Every year it's like the same thing. People say, oh, EG's been doing really poorly and this challenger team looks really good. I think EG's finally gonna get knocked out, and I've just been through it like 3 times. Like, what's the big deal? So.
Do you feel that you have that experience over in the in the relegations? It's like, oh, whatever, it's not that big of a deal, and everyone's else like freaking out, like, sad days. But for you, it's like, oh, I got this.
I mean, I suppose it is pretty disheartening to go through relegations for the 4th time now, especially because I think that, I'm like a really good player. But, I'm comfortable in it. I'm comfortable with beat any team.
So you got a new coach, Tristan Young. What do you think about him?
I think Tristan's really brought like some order into the team. He's like the first coach I've worked with that actually feels like he's coaching the team and helping us improve as a team, helping me improve as an individual player. Like, when we had Paragon, I feel like he didn't have a really great grasp of how to, I don't know, like help improve. So with Tristan, he's really focused. He's really invested in making sure that we perform really well. And he's laid back, but he's also strict when he needs to be. So I think that he's kind of like a gem in the rough and not someone you would expect to be a pretty good league coach. Yeah.
Any shout-outs?
Shout outs to the fans that watch my stream and have supported us through our 6-game losing streak. Hopefully we've made it back to you with this win. Thanks to everyone who still has us on their fantasy team after we've gotten like 5 points each for the last 6 weeks. And yeah, I think that's about. Oh, and thank you to our first sponsor, CyberPower PC.
All right. congratulations on your win, final one for going into relegations. But if you want more coverage just like this, be sure to check out SK Gaming on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, till next time, guys.